the present. If you grew up with television, as so many of us did, the great one was always there, and you probably feel as though you've lost a good friend. Jackie Gleason died of cancer yesterday in his Florida home at the age of 71. But as we mourn his death, remember Gleason's prescription for life. Let's live it up, he said. You only live once.
Go ahead and fight into the bar. Oh, yes, sir. Goody, good, good.
What Jackie Gleason could do with a simple situation was about as close to TV genius as you could get.
The Cavalcade of Stars. Starring Jackie Gleason.
The Honeymooners was first introduced in 1951 on the Cavalcade of Stars. Gleason always said, "Write it truthfully and I'll worry about the funny part." Well, Ralph Cramden convulsed TV audiences with the trials and tribulations of a Brooklyn bus driver.
I am going to the ball game, and that's that.
Ooh, and they say all fat men are jolly.
The Honeymooners continued on and off for 20 years and is still hugely popular today in syndication. Over the years, Gleason, whose childhood had been a long struggle, created many poignant characters, including the poor soul. He conquered Broadway with a Tony Award-winning performance in Take Me Along and earned an Oscar nomination for his commanding performance as Minnesota Fats in The Hustler.
You shoot a good stick. Thanks. Is your name Felsen? Eddie Felsen? That's right. I hear you've been looking for me. Yeah, that's right, too. Big John, do you think this boy is a hustler? Sausage, rack him up.
In 1964, Gleason set down roots in Miami Beach, and his variety show continued to thrive through the 60s.
The Jackie Gleason Show.
There were more movie roles, ranging from the Chaplin-esque Gigot to the irascible sheriff in Smokey and the Bandit.
You know who you're talking to? I happen to be Buford T. Justice, a distinguished officer of over 30 years seniority.
His last film performance was opposite Tom Hanks in Nothing in Common.
Wait a minute. It was tough, very tough, all of those dreadful things I did to you. But that's how I was brought up, and I did the best I could.
No matter which role or what medium, Gleason was a natural, an original, and his legion of fans would agree, a comedy actor without peer.
Baby, you're the greatest.
Gleason's success reads like an Horatio Alger story, rags to riches. His first job in show business as an MC at a local theater, paid $4 a night. But by the time he was 38, Gleason had signed a $16 million contract with CBS, which stipulated that he be paid $100,000 per year for 18 years, whether he worked or not.
Upon receiving the news of Gleason's death, Tom Hanks, who co-starred with him in Nothing in Common, said that instinct told Jackie Gleason what to do, how to live, how to make us laugh. They were the instincts of a legend. Other stars closely linked to the Gleason legend expressed their feelings today.
He was born with the greatest gift in the whole world. God just blessed him with an unbelievable talent. The man was a genius and a kind, dear, wonderful, close friend. And he'll be awfully missed by not just his friends, but the public as well.
He knew funny, and he knew fast funny. He had one great saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because I'd always try to rewrite things. So I'll miss him. He was great fun.
Jackie Gleason made a career for me. He made the June Taylor Dancers probably one of the most famous dancing groups in the country. And I have to thank him because I went along on his coattails on his way to being a superstar, and that's what he was, the great one.
He was a wonderful guy and a great talent. I mean, only yesterday, switch on the TV and there he is, as he was.
How sweet it was and how sweet it will always be. Just thinking about the good times. As Gleason was quoted as saying not too long ago, as sick as he was, he said, well, let's just think back on the good times, you know. And that's what I like to look back on.
Marilyn Gleason, Jackie's wife, said that his daughters flew in to spend Father's Day with him on Sunday and that he was in good spirits until he died quietly and comfortably yesterday.
Gene Wolfe, who was a close friend of Jackie Gleason's for many years, was one of the last reporters to have an in-depth conversation with a man who didn't like to reveal much about himself.
How sweet he was, and how talented and complicated. Jackie Gleason was a show business genius. In his reach for perfection, he could be adorable and dictatorial. Jackie was a sport. His flamboyant style made people forget that he was also a shy and private man. Today, his family told me that Jackie didn't want anyone to know he was dreadfully sick. Our thoughts are with his wife, Marilyn, who was the joy of his life. But Jackie insisted that he wanted people to remember him the way he was. So we look back to the interview I did with the great one on the set of his last movie. When did you know that your life was going to be in front of an audience?
When I was a little kid, 5 years old, my father took me to a vaudeville show. They had 5 acts, intermission, and 5 acts. And during the intermission, they put the house lights on, and I was seated in the first row. And I stood up, turned around, and faced the audience. And I knew that's the way I should face from then on.
And you never let go of that dream?
Nope. Nope. I always wanted to be an actor. I couldn't believe being anything else.
Did you expect your career to last this long and with so many different aspects to it?
You always believe that you have the power to make people laugh or the depth to make people enjoy drama. And that's what keeps you going. And then, of course, if it's realized, then that's all gravy.
So when you look back on your accomplishments, would you say one of them is that you had a good time?
Absolutely. Why else do anything if you're not going to have a good time at it? My philosophy was to love, to live, to lose with grace, and to just play the melody.